Om Namah Shivaya. 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 Om Namah Shivaya.
Shanti, Shanti. Om Asato Ma Satgamaya, Amaso Ma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om lead us, thou God, from unreal to the real, from darkness to light, from death to immortality. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om peace, peace, peace be unto us all. Hari Om.
Hi.
Baba.
Welcome to Yoga for Health, Happiness, and Liberation. I'm Meeta Gajjar, and this is my father, Bharat Gajjar. We're happy you could join us today.
So today our subject is love. We will continue from the last week. Now Meeta is going to read from Vedic scripture Upanishads.
May quietness descend upon my limbs, my speech, my breath, my eyes, my ears. May all my senses wax clear and strong. May Brahman show himself unto me. May I never deny Brahman, nor Brahman me. I with him and he with me, may we abide always together. May there be revealed to me, who am devoted to Brahman, the holy truth of the Upanishads. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om. With our ears may we hear what is good. With our eyes may we behold thy righteousness. Tranquil in body may we who worship thee find rest. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om. Hail to the Supreme Self. May my speech be one with my mind, and may my mind be one with my speech. O thou self-illuminous Brahman, remove the veil of ignorance from before me, that I may behold thy light. Do thou reveal to me the spirit of the Scriptures, and may the truth of the Scriptures be ever present to me. May I seek day and night to learn, to realize what I learned from the sages. May I speak the truth of Brahman. May I speak the truth. May it protect me. May it protect my Guru. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Filled with Brahman are the things we see. Filled with Brahman are the things we see not. From out of Brahman floweth all that is. Om. From Brahman all, yet he is still the same. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om. May Brahman protect us. May he guide us. May he give us strength and right understanding. May love and harmony be with us all. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
Thank you, Meeta. I just want to start with this basic concept of love. In your family, what is not love? Okay? So just watch. Meeta, put your hand here. Now, I play one up. I am the greatest.
I'm better.
I am great.
I'm better.
You nobody.
I'm better.
Now that's no love. Now see, this is love. Watch. Oh, you're great.
No, you're better.
You are the best in the whole world.
No, you're better.
You're the greatest.
You're better.
Now you see, you cannot go any lower. When you keep going down, but when you keep going up, there's no end. And that's ego. So love is one down. It's not one up. So really, in the family, if you all love each other, you have to play one down. So here is Divine Mother's picture. This is Mother Saraswati. She is the goddess of knowledge and also the love, and she is the goddess of the art and music. So a lot of artists pray her grace, because without Mother's grace, you cannot receive this highest creativity. So this is Divine Mother's Saraswati. Okay. So I just wanted to point out to you that in the family, let's just talk about in the family. In the family, if you love each other, then you are playing one down. Also, if you love each other, then you have to give them space. Now, you do not have people hold your own family member too tightly. So there is a beautiful message. In the palm, if you take marbles, if you hold them too tight, what will happen? They all sneak out. First they will hurt you, and then they all sneak out between the fingers. So in the family, if you want to keep them, if you love them, hold them nicely. Not too tight. Not too tight. Again, some men abuse their wives and so. So that is really a greatest sin. You cannot do that. That is ignorance. Actually, all women are embodiment of Divine Mother. So they are very spiritual, and they are somebody to respect and love. So at the same time, man has to love and protect their wives and children, and especially their daughters. So anyone who abuses in the family, there is no free love. What will happen? Next time you have to come back on this earth, and then she will become he, and you become she, and she will be jewel. There's no free love. That is called karma. So if you really understand what karma is, you do not abuse. Why people take birth in this world? To burn the bad karma. So how you can burn the bad karma? Through serve love. So how you do? Serve the family member, love them, and give them some space. You should not boss around, because bossing around is lust. That I'm great and you are nobody. That is ignorance. Because there is nobody in this world who is the best. Because we are all one in the spirit. I like to point out this yoga philosophy. So let's take this one again. Look at this chart. It says you are not your mind and your body, but you are an Atman, a spirit soul or part of God. Very important thing. Look, I have made a man or a woman meditate. Here is the mind, here is the spirit soul, and this is the body. So you are not this body, you are not this mind. When soul comes into the womb, enters into the body, then mind comes in. So you have to understand you are not this body. Body has its own existence. So you have to understand that basic principle, but you are part of God. Now that Atman or spirit soul knows everything needs to know. Why? Because that spirit is part of God. If God knows everything, if God is love, then your spirit, internal spirit, is part of God. It is God. And it knows everything needs to know. And that love is completely full of love. So once you understand, who are you? Aham Brahmasmi. I am Brahman. I'm part of God. I'm divine bliss. I'm joy forever. Now, look at the second chart, which further defines this whole philosophy. Vedic knowledge says, Aham Brahmasmi. I am Brahman. Me and the Lord, the Paramatma, the big soul, is the same. There's no difference. Me and all human beings, all animals, all trees, anything which grows, gets old and dies, they all have soul. But some has more consciousness, some has less consciousness. A fish has consciousness, but a bird has more consciousness than a fish. Any four-legged animals have more consciousness than birds. And then human beings have more consciousness than the animals. But they all are the same. They have soul, same soul as God. No difference. And this is the reason in Indian philosophy, Hindu philosophy, vegetarianism is very high, because they believe that animal has soul. The West never recognized that there is soul in animals. And this is the reason it's okay. It is a fruit. So you kill them and eat them. But it is not so. Vedic philosophy says we are all part and parcel of God. Now look at here. If your soul is divine bliss, joy forever, how come you feel miserable? Good question, right? Why don't I feel love? If God is all love, if part of God is in me, why don't I feel all love? Because, look here, this is your soul. This covering, back sheets of impurities came from your past lives, past livings. They are removed by meditation. You meditate and gradually you can remove them one by one by one. And then when you reach to your inner self, you are going to experience all love, all truth, all needs to know. One guy said, only way you can know like God knows when you die. I said, yeah, I buy that. But if you meditate and become realized being, like Lord Buddha, then what happens? He becomes Buddha. When he reaches your inner self, self-realized, he knows or she knows everything needs to know. Because that being is realized. Lord Buddha said, I can see all my 5,599 lives. He knows all past and he knows the future. Because he has been realized through meditation, through prayer, being good. Now, if you are really doing wrong things and beating up and all this negativity, do you think you can meditate? No way. No way you can meditate. If you see, one day I saw this show, it was terrible. Killing all the time, everybody killing everybody. I was so shook up. Next morning, do you think I could meditate? No, I couldn't meditate. I could pray and sit there. Because if you see all this violence and torture and everything, people watch these kind of shows, and next day they are miserable, the nervous wreck, and then they have to take tranquilizer. And they say, God, you are no good. God didn't do anything. You're watching these lousy shows and you feel miserable. Why blaming God? Huh? So this is the thing. So there is no free lunch. You put the wrong thoughts in your mind, next morning it's going to come out. No way, no question about that.
Namah Shivaya.
So, it is very important what you see. It's important what you think. It's very important. So, you create your own bad vibration. So, it's very important. Now, that is one thing. Now, it says, if you have guided by some evil spirits, let me tell you, there are no evil spirits. In this God created the perfect world. There is no evil spirit. There is no Satan. There are misguided people. Vedic philosophy do not accept Satan. That's not Satan. There is misguided people. So nobody is bad. Everybody is part of God. Even if you think this guy is bad, he killed people, he did all wrong things. Not because he is evil. No, because he is doing all these bad things because he is in ignorance, in Maya. And he has guided this wrong thing. But if he understands, he can be a saint. He can be. So Vedic philosophy says there are some misguided spirits who guide you wrong direction. Straighten out and pray for good spirit and come out from that. That's all. And then this is you in Maya. You are covered with Maya. Material energy is so strong, you forget everything. Now suppose you decide, I will not eat tomorrow this big dessert. I'm on diet. Tomorrow you see dessert. When you go near dessert, you forget what you decided. You're going to eat like a pig. And then after you finish eating, you say, oh my God, I decided not to eat. But why did you forget? Because the material energy, this Maya is so heavy duty, lust. You forget everything. So, what do you have to do? Meditate and pray and understand who you are. Constantly meditate. Now you are completely pure. You're not sinner or anything like that. It's all negative thoughts. Some people say, oh, don't believe all that stuff. You are pure, divine spirit, part of God, divine bliss, joy forever. Nobody has to do nothing to you. You are already saved. Only thing in Maya, you have forgotten the whole thing. So what do you need to do? Meditate? No. Realize. That's all. Your spirit has realized. Your mind has not realized who you are. But your spirit is already realized. And this is the Vedic philosophy, and this is the reason you meditate. And get back to your inner self, Atman. And once you get to that, you are already in a high consciousness. Your spirit is not a woman. Your spirit is not a man. Your spirit is no age. It is ageless, timeless, eternal being. Atman, your spirit soul is eternal being. Is part of God. It is Brahman. Aham Brahmasmi. I am that. That's it. It's no so meditate and realize who you are. You are part of God, divine bliss, joy for all. You are Brahman. And treat everyone as such. Even a dog is part of God. And this is the reason Hindu bows to everything. Everybody. To the river, to the mountain, to the cow, to his father, to his mother. He bows to everybody. One Protestant says, we never bow to anybody. That's good. That's the way you like it. Hindus bow to everybody because they believe God is everywhere. God is not sitting over there. Sun is God. Moon is God. River is God. Mountain is God. My wife is God. My parents are God. My children are part of God. We are all part of divine bliss. This is Vedic philosophy. Vedic philosophy says clearly that we are all one in the spirit. We are all Om. God, we are in God, we are not outside of God. That's all it is. And when you realize your own mother, so you worship your mother, then God is very happy. You worship your wife, you surrender to your wife, say thank you, and help her out. Then God has given these children, treat them like special. They are special. You serve them, you love them. Then you can come out from this circle of life and death. Otherwise you're going to come back. Because you create some bad karma. Bad karma you create, you got to be back again. Nobody say, oh, you'll be forgiven. That's very rare. So don't buy anything. Be good, do good, and serve, love, meditate, realize who you are. That's the Master Shivananda's message. We talked about that. So it's very important that you include every day your prayer. Prayer means talking to God. Meditation means keep quiet, shut up. There you go. Now, if you think God is love, do you have to keep talking? No. Make eye contact. Suppose you want to love your wife. Make eye contact, you make a soul contact. You want to love your children. Quiet. You don't need to talk. In India, we don't say, oh, I love you. It's very raw then. But you have to show in many ways how much you love. My mother never told me I love you. Never. But our language is so sensitive. The way you move, the way you use your words, everything. You say, she said to me, I love you. And she never told me, ever. I love you. And I never doubted. Because I knew in her eyes, in her move, everywhere, there was that love. Now, have you seen old couple, 60 years old, they keep telling each other, oh, I love you. No, they don't need to. Because their eyes, their talk, they really communicate. In their eyes, in their touch, everywhere there is love. But love is final. So love is so important. Never ask, hey, love me. Never say that. Love, something happens. But you can make that happen by serving, loving, making eye contact and soul contact. So it's very important that you keep quiet and make a contact. My Guru, many times I go near him and he will close his eyes and make a soul contact with me. And I can feel so much love from him. So, remember that love is very important, but you just cannot talk about it. You can do something about it. And that is the whole game of meditation is. Meditation will take you to higher consciousness and love. So I'm glad that you're watching this show. And love is so important, so important. Think about it. And be kind, be good, do good. That's the message of Swami Shivananda. And it's very, very important that we love each other with respect. Sometimes I say, don't love me, just respect me. That is as important as love is. So, it is very important that sometimes we keep quiet. If you want to love someone, keep quiet and make real soul contact.
Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya.